Center court in Toronto has just witnessed something unforgettable. Alex Eala has done it again, grinding out a brutal 3-set win over Katie Volinets in front of a packed house. But here's the thing. The match itself isn't even the biggest story. What happens next is, Volinets walks into the post-match press conference, and the entire tennis world holds its breath. Is she about to point fingers? Make excuses? Blame the crowd? What actually comes out of her mouth catches everyone off guard. She doesn't hide from it. She says flat out that she was happy with how she played in the first 2 sets. Then she drops the real bombshell. A controversial umpire call in the 3rd set that flipped the entire match on its head. And just when you think you know where this is going, she does something nobody expected. She turns around and credits Eala. She praises her opponent's composure, her fight, her ability to rise when the pressure hit hardest. This isn't just a recap of a tennis match. This is what happened behind the scenes. The emotion, the swings, the moment everything changed. We're breaking down exactly what unfolded on that court in Toronto. And if you love tennis coverage like this, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one. Back in that quiet press room, Katie Volinets takes her seat, still catching her breath after a heartbreaking 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 loss in front of a sold-out crowd. You can see it on her face, equal parts exhaustion and frustration. But when she starts talking, the whole room leans in. She opens up about the first 2 sets first. Honestly, she says, she felt good. Her game plan was working. Even after dropping behind early, she found her footing and started dictating the pace on her own terms. Coming off a huge win over the reigning Wimbledon champion, her confidence was sky high. But she knew walking in that this match would be a different animal entirely. The crowd was firmly against her, and she had to make peace with that before the first ball was even struck. Then the second set happened. Eala was forced to call a medical timeout for her right ankle, which came back onto the court heavily strapped. Volinets seized the opening. With Eala's movement clearly limited, she reeled off 3 straight games and closed out the set 7-5. Suddenly, she was 1 set from the win, and that's exactly when everything turned. Volinets points to one specific moment in the 3rd set as the hinge the entire match swung on, a disputed umpire call that didn't go her way. In her words, that's the moment Eala found another gear. The momentum, she says, shifted completely, and Eala never let go of it again. She admits her opponent played her best tennis right when the stakes were highest by her own account. The whole match was an emotional roller coaster. It started with Eala racing out to a 6-3 first set, ripping off 5 straight games with her aggressive, left-handed game, giving Volinets fits the whole way. Every winner she hit sent the crowd into a roar. Set 2 flipped the script entirely. Eala rolled her ankle and needed that medical timeout. The tape went on, but her mobility was clearly hampered. Volinets, ever the tactician, exploited it, running her side to side and forcing her to cover ground on a bad ankle. Game after game slipped away from Eala until Volinets closed it out 7-5. Heading into the decider, all the momentum belonged to Volinets. But the 3rd set turned into a genuine battle. Eala refused to fold. She had the tape stripped off her ankle, regained her mobility, and went right back to playing fearless, attacking tennis. She jumped out to a 3-1 lead before Volinets clawed her way back to 3-3, and that's when the disputed call landed. The stadium, already buzzing, exploded into another gear entirely. Riding that wave of crowd energy and controversy, Eala found something extra. She held serve to go up 5-3, then closed out the match 6-4 after a grueling final stretch in the end. It was a tale of 2 very different halves. Eala dominant early, Volinets seizing the advantage through injury, and Eala clawing her way back to seal the win. And according to Volinets herself, that one disputed call was the spark that lit Eala's final push. Volinets' reaction afterward was layered. Anger, frustration, but also real respect, all tangled together. She didn't dodge any of it. She admitted she felt cheated out of momentum in that moment, but she never once used it as an excuse. In her mind, the call gave Eala exactly the spark she needed to seize control. What really stood out, though, was what came next. Rather than pinning the loss entirely on the officiating, she gave credit where it was due. She acknowledged that Eala stayed composed, capitalized on the biggest moments, and simply played better tennis when it counted most. That's not the reaction of someone looking for excuses. That's an athlete recognizing she lost to the better player that day, even while believing circumstances played some part. And that's really the heart of it. Even with her frustration on full display, her message came through loud and clear. Alex Eala is the real deal. She said outright that Eala's superior play was ultimately what decided the match. It's a mark of genuine sportsmanship from Volonets, and at the same time, it says everything about just how good Eala's performance actually was. She didn't get lucky. She rose to the moment, fought through pain, and delivered exactly when it mattered. Volonet's words don't take anything away from that win. If anything, they make it mean even more. Eala didn't just beat her opponent. She earned her respect in defeat. As Volonets had said even before the match began, this was always going to be a learning experience either way. This win is just the latest chapter in Alex Eala's incredible rise. It stretches her remarkable streak to 10 wins in her last 11 matches, dating all the way back to Wimbledon. She's now through to the round of 16 at the Canadian Open, a WTA 1000 event, and she keeps proving, match after match, that she belongs at this level. The fact that she battled through a right ankle injury to get this win only makes it more impressive. A real showcase of resilience and mental grit, refusing to let an injury derail her run. That's what separates true champions. Volonet's praise, frustration, and all adds even more weight to this result. When an opponent openly says you played your best tennis under the most pressure, that tells you everything about your mental toughness. Eala has now taken down a player who had just knocked out the reigning Wimbledon champion, a result that only strengthens her case as a real contender heading into the US Open. This isn't a fluke run. She's a legitimate threat on tour. Eala summed it up best herself after the match. These past 2 weeks have brought a flood of emotions, and she's doing everything she can just to push through them. Zoom out for a second, and Volonet's comments, controversial as they were, point to something much bigger about Eala's journey. She's become a genuine phenomenon, someone whose rise is reshaping what's possible for Filipino tennis. The support in Toronto was staggering. Tournament director Carl Hale revealed that Eala had driven upward of 5,000 ticket sales on her own, so many that the 2,800-seat grandstand court couldn't even hold everyone who wanted in. The flags, the noise, the sheer size of the crowd, all of it fed directly into this win. It was a homecoming for the Filipino community in Canada, and Eala gave them a moment they won't forget. Even before the match, Volonets had acknowledged the scale of what Eala is doing, calling it unreal how she's selling out stadiums and moving the sport forward. This victory reaches far beyond tennis. It's about national pride, about community, and about the sheer will of a young woman who refuses to back down from her dreams. Born in 2005 and already achieving more than most players do in a career, Eala has become a symbol for millions, filling stadiums and uniting a community across borders. This match against Volonets is just one more chapter in that story, a story built on resilience, controversy, and hard-fought victory. Volonet's honesty afterward, her frustration and her respect together, only add to the drama, underscoring just how high the stakes were and how much respect Eala is now commanding from her fellow players. She isn't just a player anymore. She's a movement. For more tennis coverage like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell.